Hello again, John here, bringing you the very first video of 2025. I did try to get a last video recipe in for 2024, but unfortunately I was down with a nasty flu bug. So I'd like to take this opportunity to thank each and every one of my subscribers and viewers for watching and supporting the channel over the last year. And I wish you all a happy, peaceful and prosperous 2025. So, Happy New Year everyone! And in this first video of 2025, I'll show you how to make 4 of these irresistible minced or ground beef pies. And as I'll be using our popular hot water crust pastry method, you'll find them very easy to make and incredibly tasty. You can see the ingredients list and full written method for this recipe on the recipe page on the channel's website. And the link to that page and lots more is in the description box under the video. Just find and click on the word more, and that'll give you access to all the relative links for this video, including our website store products. Okay, let's crack on with this very first video recipe of 2025. I'll start the recipe by cooking the minced beef and onion filling. So get your frying pan or wok onto a medium heat and add a couple of tablespoons of olive oil. Once the oil's hot, add your diced onions. Give them a quick toss to coat them in the oil. Now let the onions cook until they're soft and just starting to colour. Once your onions are soft, you can add your minced or ground beef. I'm using a low 5% fat content mince in mine, but 10 or 15% is okay too. And a very quick mention to the channel's Patreon members and supporters. I'll be giving the latest list a shout out a little later in the video. Keep working and cooking the mince until it becomes separated and lightly browned. This should take around 10 minutes. And I'd also like to mention that this is a very simple recipe to make, but these homemade ground beef pies are 100% better than anything you can buy in the shops. Once it starts releasing the juices, you can give it a quick taste for seasoning. But I'm keeping mine very simple with some black pepper and a little coarse sea salt. And now we can add the beef stock. If you don't have any natural beef stock, you can make it up with a couple of beef stock cubes. Finally, we can thicken the filling. There's lots of ways you can do this. My favourite is a couple of teaspoons of corn flour. Now you may know that as cornstarch mixed with a little cold water. Right, give that a good mix until the filling is thickened. Now give that a final toss and that's it, your filling's done. All I have to do now is to get this filling into a container and allow it to completely cool before we can use it. And here's the filling after it's completely cooled. As you can see, it thickens even more when it's cold. Okay, on to making the hot water crust pastry. Carefully measure out your water and get it onto a medium heat. For the fat in this recipe, I'll be using butter and lard. But you can also use a solid vegetable fat like this one if you prefer. This particular one is suitable for vegetarian and vegan. Like I said, I'm using a combination of butter and lard. Now let those heat up until the fats have completely melted. The flour in this recipe needs to be plain or all-purpose flour. Now add the salt and mix it in. Form a well in the middle of the flour. As soon as it's melted, add the hot liquid to the flour. Now using your bowl scraper, carefully fold the flour into the liquid. Make sure there are no dry pockets of flour in the pastry. Once it's reasonably mixed, tip the pastry out onto the bench and gently knead it by hand for a few seconds, just to make sure there are no more dry spots of flour. It should be cool enough to handle by now, but always check first. Form the pastry into a log shape. And if your measurements were correct at the start, you should now have 950 grams, that's 33.5 ounces of pastry. So, using your bench scraper, divide it into two pieces. One 550 grams or 19.5 ounces for the bases of the pies, and the other 400 grams or 14 ounces for the lids of the pies. Now flatten and wrap both pieces in cling film, and I do use biodegradable these days. Once wrapped, get them into the fridge for at least 30 minutes before using it. On to rolling out the pastry, and here's a great way of rolling it. Get your two pieces of pastry from the fridge, starting with the larger piece we cut for the pie bases. Instead of rolling the whole thing out, first divide the pastry into 4 equal pieces, then form each piece into a ball, then into a puck shape. This way you can roll each piece separately, less waste, less handling and less time. Now do the same for the lids of the pies. For rolling the pastry out, I'll be using our very own adjustable stainless steel rolling pin, and these are available on the website. These fantastic rolling pins with different size spaces take all of the guesswork out of rolling your pastry out evenly and to the exact thickness that you require. And for this recipe I'll be using the 3mm or 1/8 pastry spacer. Okay, time to roll them out. First, dust the bench with a little flour. Get one of the pie bases and dust that too. Now start rolling the pastry backwards and forwards in straight lines. Turn the pastry 90 degrees at a time. That'll keep it reasonably round. If you do have one of our rolling pins, keep rolling until the guides hit the bench. Now you can use it like this, or if you're using our 5-inch pie tins, get it a bit closer using a cutter approximately 17 centimeters, that's about 6.5 inches. And we've managed to get hold of a limited number of these fantastic bright steel large pastry cutters. They're now available on the website if you're interested. Right, now do the same for the other 3 pie bases. And once you've done all 4, do the same for the lids, but this time use a 13 centimeter or 5-inch cutter if you're using our pie tins. Right, I'll let those sit in the fridge for 5 minutes while I have a clean up and prepare the pie tins. And these are the 4 5-inch individual pie tins that I'll be using in this recipe. These fantastic non-stick pie and quiche tins are available on the website if you want to follow my small pie recipes exactly. And you can grease the tins with lard, butter or a solid vegetable fat. Time to put these wonderful pies together. First job is to make up the egg wash. Crack a medium-sized egg into a container. Now add a dash of milk. Thoroughly whisk until it becomes loose and runny. If you don't like or can't use eggs, simply brush your pastry with a little milk instead. Before going any further, preheat your oven to 170 degrees Celsius, that's 340 Fahrenheit or gas mark 3. As I normally do with my pie recipes, I'll fully assemble one pie from start to finish and do the other 3 off camera. Start by adding a base pastry to the greased pie tin. Gently work the pastry down into the tin. And for those girls and guys with long fashionable nails, take a spare piece of pastry and push it right down into the corners of the tin where the side meets the base. It's important to get it right down into that corner. Flatten the excess pastry onto the lip of the tin. Grab a fork and prick a few holes into the base as shown. Try to follow my evenly spaced pattern. This is called docking the pastry. It just helps stop the pastry base from bubbling up in the oven. Right, onto the good bit. Spoon the filling into the base. This simple ground or minced beef pie filling will make a nice change from the roast turkey, pork and beef we consume over the Christmas and New Year holidays. And as this filling does expand some when baking, it needs to be level or even just below the top of the case. Once your filling's in, get your egg wash and brush it all around the lip of the pastry. Try not to get any wash between the pastry and the tin, as this will stick like glue in the oven. It wouldn't be the end of the world, but it's a problem that can be easily avoided by being careful. And for belt and braces, brush a little around the edge of the pastry lid. Now line up the lid and gently press it down all around the lip of the tin. Using your fingers and thumbs, crimp all around the edge of the pie. This just takes a little practice, you sharp get the hang of this. Right, using the back of a knife blade, cut away the excess pastry. Once that's done, crimp all around the edge of the pie again. This tidies up the pie, but more importantly ensures a good seal when baking. Almost done. Cut 2 or 3 vent slits in the middle of the pastry. Now brush egg wash all over the lid of the pie. Once again, being careful not to get any between the pastry and the tin. And there you go. One beautiful looking pie all done and ready to bake. And here's all 4 completed and ready to go into the oven. FYI, you can freeze at this stage for future use. Simply defrost in your fridge for 24 hours and then bake as normal. They also freeze very well after you bake them. Right, get them into the oven and set your timer for 45 minutes. And while those are baking, I hope you don't mind if I give my 4 recipe books a quick shout out. The books have lots of our favourite recipes from our work kitchens in them. And also, book 4 in this series is totally dedicated to bread recipes. Right, and that's a time up on these fantastic minced beef pies. And the aroma in this kitchen at the moment is absolutely wonderful. And they're looking pretty good too. And like I said earlier, these are way better than anything you can buy. At the moment, these are far too hot and delicate to do anything with. So be patient and move them onto a wire rack, but leave them in the tins to settle and cool for about 10 minutes. And when I come back, I'll let you see what these beauties look like on the inside. And of course, have the traditional taste test. Okay, time to give one of these pies a try. First job, check the bottom of the pie. And that's nicely done. No soggy bottoms here. Time to cut one open and see what they're like on the inside. And here I go with the big reveal. Now that's a perfectly well packed pie. You'd be lucky to get a half-filled one from the shops. And it's looking absolutely mouth-watering. Right, here I go. And I'm not kidding, this is one gorgeous minced beef pie. The hot water crust pastry and that ground beef filling is unbelievably tasty. Definitely one for your keeper list, guys. And that's the first thumbs up for the year. And once again, before I do the shout out list, I would like to wish you all a very happy and healthy new year for 2025. Have a great one, guys. And as mentioned earlier in the video, here is the latest list of my Patreon, PayPal and Super Thank You button supporters. And they are David Wood, Liz Fisher, Lynn Corner, Vicky Ann, John McCullen, Gina McDowell 5919, Terry Neil Booth, Darrell Elder 1352 and Jens K 3250. Thanks very much, guys. I really do appreciate all that you do in supporting the channel. Well, thank you again for watching. Please like, share, comment and subscribe by hitting the circle above. If you do subscribe, activate the bell icon next to the subscribe button on my channel page. And by doing that, you'll be automatically notified every time I upload a new video. And in the meantime, here's a few of my other videos and playlists that you may want to watch. So, until the next time, be safe in your kitchen and bye for now.